Big Jeff Foxworthy fan.
Oh, just so you know, Chris is on her way here. She she was like doing a wine tasting thing with her sister.
La-di-da.
And yeah, I told her. I mean, this was like a couple of days ago. I told her like, we'd probably be hanging out here later. And
yeah, we don't have anything going on, right?
No, sir.
So yeah, just wanted to give you a heads up. She said she's bringing snacks too.
She is like snackalicious.
That's her middle name.
That's my kind of gal. Travel with snacks.
Well, I'm sure most of them will be healthy snacks.
My kind of girl again. Are we live?
I told you we're live.
This morning, I was with a certain group of people, and my friend and I were invited out to lunch with the ladies for the first time, and I was pretty excited.
I don't know what you're saying right now.
Yeah, wait, who
This morning after my
were
meeting,
the ladies?
who are they?
the ladies at my meeting,
Oh.
they were like, well, we're going out to Clean Plate if you want to come. And I was like, me? Us? We were invited. It was really nice.
I get to meet the ladies.
It was like so exciting.
So exciting.
Pardon me.
A little nervous?
Mm-hmm. I went to the mall this morning. It was busy.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Shopping
busy,
for
was
Mother's
it?
Day.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Busier than
Oh, that's
beehive
right.
and
I
honey
keep
time.
forgetting.
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting.
Did I tell you I ran into Missy Saharic yesterday? 2 days
No.
ago? The day I went to TJ Maxx. Yeah, her grandmother died on Monday. So it was weird that I would run into her. Like, I knew her grandmother died, and I thought, I wish I had her phone number. I should ask her for it on Facebook.
Is she dating someone?
Uh-huh.
What's she doing with her life?
She went to law school, decided it wasn't for her, went to work for, like, an insurance company, and then I think she got, like, let go from that. Like, not on bad terms, just, And now I'm not sure what she's doing. But let's just say that certain things about her haven't changed.
Not puke.
Oh. Bad breath. Oh. I thought you meant she was like anorexic.
That's why I said not puke, because I realized this looks like puke. But yeah. Danielle always said she had bad breath, and I used to hang out with her a lot in high school. I never noticed it when I was a young boy, impressionable, just interested in girls that would actually talk to me. So maybe I wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that could have meant that she had like a tender tummy or something.
No mouth.
Try not to gross her out too much.
Lube is having a real tough time getting out of his car. Oh, that's because he's got a whole bunch of stuff with him.
Oh, I hope it's from Walmart.
Oh, it might be. He's got something from McDonald's, and he looks very happy. So.
Oh, wow. We're both at McDonald's.
You looked extra happy.
I tried to get here sooner.
You're on time. You got like 30 seconds.
I tried to get here sooner. I was just caught up. I was playing with the goat and the chickens. And here, this is for you.
Oh, the good ones.
And I got this for see you later.
Oh. Danielle bought lemon
All the lemon ones.
Oreos, and they're actually good.
Really?
Yeah.
Chocolate and lemons.
No,
Yeah,
it's
so
like
it's like-
it's vanilla lemon Oreos.
Oh, so they taste like
It tastes like
those other cookies.
Yeah, exactly.
What the hell are they called?
Cookie dough seems like it might be a good flavor to have.
You would think cookie dough
Didn't we have cookie dough already?
would be
I
good.
couldn't remember.
I think we had cookie dough, but oh yeah, maybe we did have Oreos. I was gonna say I thought maybe it was something else.
Maybe I'm thinking of those Chips Ahoy brownie
Yeah, that's what I think too. I think it was the Chips Ahoy.
Chips Ahoy cookie dough.
Oh,
Stuffed with uncooked Chips Ahoy dough.
God, that's probably the worst.
Can I sit here and eat my McDonald's? I'm so hungry. I'm sorry.
No, you can't.
All right, can I sit over there and eat
You
it?
can sit under the table.
Under the table?
What's the Pokemon
I have a
name?
dress on, but I haven't shaved my legs, so don't go too close to my legs under the table.
But you said I have a dress on, but I haven't shit my legs.
I haven't shaved my legs, and I'm getting a bikini wax next week, and I tried on bathing suits today, and I was like, oh my god! Thank God I'm alone in the dressing
I don't
room.
want to hear about you trying on bathing suits because poor people are going to put those things on and your hair's all in there.
Well, funny you should say that because I pulled one of your GD beard hairs out of my shirt today.
Just want you to remember me. What Pokemon?
No, your GD beard hairs are in the bathing suit that she tried on.
Probably.
And some other lady's gonna be like,
Yep.
whoa!
Look at this
It
pube.
must have been a real long winter.
What number are we?
508.
Stoutland.
Stoutland.
Like a pony.
What?
A nice Stoutland pony.
Oh, he is
Oh,
nice.
Stout. All right, Stoutland,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing music, right?
I'm working on it right now.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 508. The Stoutland Podcast.
Stoutland.
Stoutland Pony Podcast.
My brain, tell us about the Stoutland pony.
The Stoutland pony is actually not a pony. It evolves from a herdier
believe
starting at level 32,
Pony type.
and it's the final form of Lillipup.
The pony part is silent.
Oh, so it's like a puppy type.
Stoutland is a canine Pokemon with a talent for rescuing people lost at sea or in the mountains. That's so specific.
I was
You
gonna
can
say
only be
very
lost at sea or in the
specific.
mountains.
I'm sorry, he can't help you.
I'm
It's
sorry,
only-
that's out of my jurisdiction, sir.
If you're lost in the desert, don't die.
You think I'm some sort of magical Pokemon that can find you anywhere?
Dream on,
On its face, it has, pardon my spit,
my zinger.
it has cream-colored fur that forms voluminous white-tipped plumes and a 3-pointed crest. The plumes are so long that they run the length of the body and bunch close to it.
Perfect for sea and mountain rescue.
It has tufty pointed ears with dark blue insides and black nose surrounded by short black whiskers and small eyes that are nearly hidden behind its facial
Short
fur.
top, long tail.
Its body is covered with shaggy fur that is dark blue along the back and grayish blue toward the legs. This fur is thick enough to protect itself and others against freezing temperatures.
R42 says Stoutland looks like me.
It kind of does.
So
He says looks a bit like me. Yeah, I can see it.
that means
I can see
R42 is pretty majestic looking.
it. No, he says it looks like me.
The Stoutland
you.
looks, yeah.
Me as in
Me as in me.
Not me
Okay.
as in Stoutland.
Well, I don't know.
Can I finish this?
Stoutland
No, I'm very confused.
says R42 looks like RMC. Figure that one out.
Ah! Its face and paws are light brown, and each paw has 3 toes with white claws. Wait till you see this picture of it, though. That'll really bring it home. Blue paw pads can also be seen on each paw in the Pokedex 3D Pro. Look at this picture down here.
Yeah, I've seen it in the show before, so watch out. Watch out.
Oh,
He's so proud.
it reminds me of that. What was that?
He's
that
a
guy's
pride
name?
type Pokemon.
The guy from
Yeah, right.
Skyward Sword is always like, "Queer."
Oh, yeah.
the- what are they called?
Kurt.
I just call them the Queequees. I don't really remember what they're called.
I used to know.
Stoutland is a big-hearted Pokemon, much like our own
Oh,
Romney
he has a heart
Cowboy.
as big as the world.
It's a
Lost
normal.
Lost in the jungle.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
normal type.
Yes.
Its abilities include Intimidate or Sand Rush. Its hidden ability, Scrappy. Now, while it does look more male, you are just as likely to find a male as you are a female in the wild. 3 feet 11 inches high on average, and they weigh around 134.5 pounds. It's real nice and proud. Look at that proud chest.
Yeah.
That is a mustache, right?
Yeah,
It's
I
in
think so.
everything.
Oh, okay.
Julie and I had dinner in town last night. We got sushi at the sushi place in town. Not very good.
Oh.
And we sat by the river and ate it.
Not very good.
And there were 2 really proud geese nibbling on the grass.
It's great.
They were like snapping away at it with their beaks.
Were they Canadian geese?
Mm-hmm.
Did they hiss at you?
They didn't, and they like were really nice and sat really close. It's a freaking beard hair
Thanks,
on them.
thanks.
Oh, yes.
That's disgusting.
Ugh.
Your food was packaged. It's okay.
So there you go.
That's it.
That's it.
That was pretty
Thanks, Mom Brain.
You're welcome.
So yeah, I said on Twitter and on the site, it's going to be a bit of a different show. It's going to be a bit of a different show anyway before all this other crap happened. But so you guys know what happened, obviously.
I just found out like an hour or so ago.
Someone, as soon as it happened, I'll have you know, someone sent me a tweet and they're like, "Well, Lube did it." It's like, yeah, probably. That's
I found
probably
out
true.
on Facebook, I think, and then I went to the Twitter page.
So, and thanks to everybody that's been following the Twitter to see what's going on. We jumped a sizable amount of followers because people were hopping over to keep tabs. Plus, we were doing regular news. Well, anyway, let me start from the beginning. So last week, our hosting guy wanted to move GoNintendo to new hardware. You want to plate? You okay?
Not okay.
You want a bowl?
I'll manage.
So the hosting guy wanted to move GoNintendo to new hardware to make it speedier, blah, 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 blah. And we were talking about a day on when we could do it, when it'd be good and we could do it quickly and not inconvenience people. Ha, ha, ha. So we figured that out, and I think we did it. It was like midday Saturday, and it was zip, no problem. So obviously, it's important to make backups of your site when you do things like this because you don't want to lose anything. So backups were made as he usually does, and we moved from the old hardware to the new hardware. And we were leasing the old hardware. And I believe we're leasing the new hardware too. It's just how it's always been with GoNintendo. So we moved to our new hardware. Everything went fine. You guys hopefully didn't even notice any disruption in service because we set it up in a way that no one would see the transition period. You'd either see the old version of the hardware. It was like an image of the site, or you would see the new one. So your DNS had to update. And we set it up in a way that wouldn't inconvenience you guys. The hosting guy is Vince. We've had him for 9 years now, I think. Ever since we moved away from Bluehost, which was a long time ago. So that was that. We moved over and kept the backups just in case. But everything was fine. Everything was going well on the new hardware. No issues at all. And the week continued on, and we had a regular week here for most of the week anyway. And then, what was it, Thursday, I guess? Thursday at like 7:15, I got a message from Andre at Game Explain. He was like, "Hey, the site's down." And I was like, I wasn't too worried about it because I was like, it happens. And we just moved to new hardware. So I got in touch with the hosting guy, and I was like, "Hey, site's down." He's like, "All right." Oh, doorbell. He was like, "All right, I'm driving home. I'll check it when I get home." And I was like, all right, that's that. No big deal. And usually that stuff takes care of itself in like 20 minutes or so. And you know, and the night went on, and I was getting a little nervous because there was Nintendo's financial information later that week, and they were, or later that night, and I obviously wanted to cover that stuff because it's important. So as the site was staying down, I was like, uh-oh, I'm getting a little nervous. It's not coming back. But I didn't think anything like was extra bad. Just a regular, like, you know, service disruption. Everything would get fixed. So eventually I heard from the hosting guy, and he was like, I could tell by the way he was talking that something was majorly wrong. I was like, what's going on? And he said, well, there was a service that stopped running, and it completely freaked out the hardware, and it caused a whole bunch of issues. And I was like, well, what kind of issues? And he was like, not good issues. So what happened was some sort of service that was running hardware-wide, not just for us, for other people that were also on the same server, where some service screwed up, and it freaked the hardware out, and then it was trying to restart itself, and it couldn't. And what happened is it corrupted like everything on there. And not only that, it corrupted other stuff too. And unfortunately, it corrupted the backups, which were in a different spot, obviously. But it was all part of the same setup. So we didn't have any backups to revert to because they all got corrupted. And we didn't have a site because there was nothing to read the site from. There was nothing there. So what happened after that was our hosting guy got the corrupted information and was trying to restore it. So that was most of Thursday night into Friday. We were running processes to try and salvage the data, and there was a 500 gig file that had all the GoNintendo backup information and all that stuff, and that had to be run through to try and set it right. So we were doing that, and that took like 12 hours to get through it. And the process ended correctly, but it ended with still corrupted data, unfortunately. So right now we have that data still corrupted. And our hosting guy's been looking at it, and everything he tries hasn't been working. But he had what?
Did he look at it?
Did you look at it? So
I told him to look at it.
he's having another team come in.
And they're gonna look at it.
And they're gonna look at it. Did you look at it? They're gonna look at it. And now I'm gonna laugh every time I say it.
I'm sorry. That's all I can think of whenever anyone says.
Did you look at it? Did you get that thing I sent you? So they're going to have a peek at it on Monday. They weren't around to do it Friday, so they're going to do it on Monday. But our hosting guy is continuing to look at it today. I haven't heard anything. I haven't heard anything positive from him yet. So, I mean, we have it. It's corrupted. Can it be fixed? I don't know. Can the other guys fix it? I don't know, but they're going to try on Monday. But obviously, that was too long to wait to not have anything for you guys. So when the site first went down, I was doing regular news updates on Twitter, and you guys spread the word to each other on Twitter that that's where I was doing stuff and explaining what was going on with the site. So everybody followed over there, so thank you. And then after that, I was like, well, we can't just like have the site down. I need something there. I was going to open a blogger page and have GoNintendo redirect to that just so we had something. But our hosting guy set up quickly WordPress on GoNintendo. So I've been doing so we have a site. It's just a basic WordPress whatever, but I'm doing news like I usually do. And for those of you that were at GoNintendo a million years ago, that's exactly how GoNintendo used to be.
You started out using
Yeah,
WordPress.
so it's like going right back to where we were. So now like I have to go through and approve comments, and it's like, you know, a ton of like good comments, and then there's one about like she-males and prescription drugs, and I was like, I don't think that's a real person. So if you're waiting for your comments to get approved, that's why I have to go and approve every single one of them. But that's where we are. So I don't know if we're going to get back the old version of GoNintendo, and it completely sucks, obviously. All the story links on Google and everything are not active right now because they don't link to anywhere. Luckily, and this was supposed to be a surprise, but you guys obviously know what's going on now. We were doing a redesign of the site, and the redesign was set to launch on the 30th of this month. And T27Duck and Court had been working on it for a real long time now, but I don't want to say they were in the home stretch with a planned launch later this month. So that means we have the new version of the site functioning and like pretty much ready to go. So instead of running with WordPress until who knows when, we're gonna put the new version of the site up later today. T27Duck has everything running, ready to go. And he was in the process of moving over every single story and every single picture that we've done on GoNintendo because it had to be moved over to the new stuff. So that was a process, I believe it was an automated process he was having run for a while. Obviously, he can't continue to run that now because the data is corrupted. But he managed to get 9+ years worth of stuff from GoNintendo. So the good news is when we do have the redesign of the site up, we'll have like a good 90% of what was there. The last like year and like 3 months or something like that. won't be there. But a lot of you guys have been emailing me with ways that we could possibly restore some stuff. A lot of you have been suggesting the Wayback Machine and stuff like that to look at archives and cached versions of the pages. I don't know if that could be an automated process to actually get any information and put it back on the site. Or it would have to be somebody like manually like typing everything out the whole time. I'm sure somebody wouldn't want to do like, Jesus, in a year? Over 20,000 stories probably. I'm sure somebody's not going to be chomping
Well,
at
is
the
this
bit
like
to
the
do that.
original year that you lost, or is it like a current year?
It would be everything from today, or it'd be everything from Thursday and a year behind
So
that.
okay. 'Cause I
So
was
we'll
about
have
to say
like
if it
years
was-
like 1 through 8 plus.
Okay. So I wasn't going backwards.
Or 1 through 9. No.
Okay. Because I was like, well, your original year, you didn't have that many stories.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if we had lost like
Huge.
everything except, or if we had everything except like the first and second year, I'd be like, it's so old, nobody's looking at it anymore
Yeah.
anyway. But it's the most
current
recent stuff,
yeah.
so that kind of
That's
sucks.
right.
But yeah, that's something to be discussed later. And again, I don't know. If we get lucky on Monday, maybe the data will be able to be saved, and then we won't have any issue. And then T27 can continue to do what he was doing, and those stories and everything will be slowly transported over. So what we have right now is the text, and I guess it would be videos too, because that counts as text. Pictures in old posts probably aren't going to work because the place where they were uploaded isn't active right now. But that's not a big deal. We have like the actual story, the information, and then videos, because videos are just text, HTML code and stuff like that. So those should work. So yeah, best case scenario, we get everything back. How likely is that? I'd say like 10% chance at most. Most realistic scenario, we launched a redesign today and we'll have 90% of the site back, but we'll have stuff that you guys are familiar with. Like the redesign isn't going to like change anything that is extremely crazy and unfamiliar. You guys will know exactly how things are running and what does what and all that. It'll have the new version of the site has a much more mobile friendly option too, so that's good.
Kirby updated his phone right now.
So we're gonna work on it later today. I say we, but it's really T27 Duck. He's the one. I need to give a huge thank you to T27 Duck. He's been not just awesome on getting all this going and making this work, and has more work ahead of him today, but he's been good moral support too, making sure I didn't jump off a ledge after all this stuff happened.
Can we just highlight that for a moment?
Not you. You played no.
Me
part
jumping
in it.
off a ledge?
No, I
You didn't offer any moral support.
None.
Yeah, I mean, I at least got you Disney Princess.
Before you guys got here, she's only been laughing at me.
Jeez.
Terrible.
What a monster.
You're a monster.
The past few days around here, the last time I saw raw meat like this was when we lost Buddy the podcast dog.
Oh, Buddy's worse. If somebody was like 10 years at a site or Buddy, I'd say give me Buddy, definitely. But yeah, for like, you know, it was like the span of like 30 seconds to be like, everything you've done in the last 10 years is gone. Like, that's crazy. But the important things are you guys aren't gone, obviously.
I was thinking about not showing up. I don't know.
Delete.
Done.
Delete.
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 Time to uninstall your life.
And I've gotten tons of fantastic emails and tweets and comments from you guys offering help and saying you wanted to do things and just all kinds of nice stuff. So thank you very much.
Thanks to you.
I really do appreciate that. Obviously, I haven't had time to go through Twitter and respond to everybody because I've been a little busy with all this other crap. But I really do appreciate it.
How much do you think you've slept since Thursday?
I was just going to ask that.
3 hours, maybe?
Yeah.
Because like even last night I didn't go to bed until after 6, but I was like laying down to go to sleep and I was just thinking too much about like the stuff that needed to be done and stuff that's potentially gone, and it was driving me nuts. So I've been playing a lot of Puzzle and Dragons Super Mario Brothers Edition, which I'll talk about later. But yeah, it's not been fun. Some of you guys have been around so long that you remember the first time we had an issue like this, but we luckily saved everything. and I saw some of you saying like, "Oh my God, this is like what happened the first time a million years ago," but like the worst version of it. I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty much true." So yeah, like I said, Monday we'll figure out. Monday most likely will be the final day where we learn if we can actually save what was gone or if we're just going to run with the stuff that we have. But later today we will be doing the redesign of the site. So you guys are getting the redesign extra early. It's not going to be 100% complete. It's pretty close. Like I said, we were launching on the 30th, so it's pretty close. And Court Yessir was nice enough to take some time out of his day, and he finished up the new banner for the site, which is awesome. It is really cool. Before, T27 Duck had made like a temporary banner because the banner wasn't finished yet, and it was just like a big red bar with the GoNintendo logo. I was like, that's fine for me. Like, it's a site, so we need something at the top. It was fine. But I woke up today and I got an email from Court with the finished banner, and it's really cool. It's an idea he came up with. We were tossing around ideas in email, but he came up with a really cool one. Imagine me as Andros. That's all I'm going to say. That's there's other stuff going on, but
Polygon or big monkey face?
No, Polygon. Yeah, more like the original / Smash Brothers version of Andros rather than the N64 like monkey head. Yeah.
I could see you as the monkey head.
Well, maybe in the next redesign. T27 Duck says he'll finish up the small banner, so I'm guessing that means the one for mobile. And some icons tomorrow. So, you know, pretty much. But like the site functions, like you'll have the stories to post. Everything will look really familiar. My understanding is, as far as comments go, if you're a commenter on GoNintendo and you've been active and signed in on or before April 1st, 2015. You will have your information still there, so you won't have lost your username or anything like that. And
that's not too crazy.
No, because most people stay logged in all the time, and so they should be. You guys should be okay. Obviously, if that's not the case, you can sign up. If you're really looking, like if you're upset about losing your account or something like that, you can always email me. And we can look at what options there are. I'm not going to promise you we can do anything, but we'll look at it. We'll try and set things right.
You should have had everything backed up on floppy disks.
That's it. If we only had like 1 million floppy disks, you know, like if we were just talking about like the amount of pictures I've uploaded alone over 10 years, I can't even imagine. Well, like I said, we were going through a 500 gig file to try and save the site. So that gives you an idea of how much crap there is. So that's the story. I think that's it. Obviously, we're continuing on. It's going to be business as usual from here on. And we're going to try and restore what we can. But if we can't restore anything, we're just going to move on. So if you have any questions about what's going on or anything like that, you can feel free to email me. Obviously, email still works. So you can get in touch with me that way. But like I said, thank you to everybody that's reached out and offered help and just said kind things and all that good stuff. I appreciate it. I think that's it. So yeah, look forward to later today, the new design of the site. That's pretty exciting. That's the other thing I was saying to Mom Brain. So this happened, and it just happened to occur at the same time when we were doing a redesign for the site. And if we weren't doing the redesign for the site, I have no idea what we'd be doing. Like, I have no idea what we would do. I
must have missed this part. It wasn't actually caused. It wasn't like a result of the redesign.
No, redesign isn't even on the same hardware. It's somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
If you had everything backed up on floppies.
Well, I'll recommend that to the hosting guy. And he'll be like, yeah, sure. But yeah, if we weren't working on the redesign, we would have like nothing. I don't know what we would do. We wouldn't have, like, I guess T27 Duck and Court would have to quickly cobble together something, but that'd be like impossible. But thankfully they've been working on the redesign, and thankfully this happened just days before we were going to go live. So we have something to return to. But if that wasn't the case, I don't know what we would do.
So there is a silver lining, so to speak.
Yes, if this terrible thing was going to happen, now would be the best time for it to happen. But yeah, like I said, chances of the stuff being brought back to life, I don't think are very good, but we'll see what happens. The original plan for this week was to not cover too much news and instead have Mom Brain and I talk about our adventure in New York City on Wednesday morning. Yeah. Oh, and thank you everybody that's in the IRC. I usually read everybody's names. Highlane Hero and R42 and C3 Games and Darlux and Spam and Eggs and other people I can't see in there and a random GoNintendo and then number after it because we had to use a different link for the IRC today. But thank you to everybody that joined in there. But anyway, on Wednesday, we had the chance to go into New York City and play some Splatoon early.
I want to hear about this.
I would love for you. You could be playing Splatoon right now, but we're recording the podcast because there's a demo event going on now. Like you download the demo on the Wii U and play, but
Cool.
it ends later.
That's all right. I can wait till you get a free advance copy of it.
I don't know what you're talking about. So we went to the city and we played. You want to tell a story, Mom Brain, or should I?
Whatever you want.
Well, how about we start the story with you thinking we were going to get killed because I gave you the address for the building.
Yeah. So we come out of the Lincoln Tunnel, and it's like we go down this like narrow, weird, like it almost looked like it was like the transit authority, like bus parking. It probably was, and we go turn down this crazy like 1-lane street and almost get killed, and we're driving, and it's like, oh, there's the building on the left. And it's just this huge abandoned New York City building with like a spray painted number
Not
on
abandoned,
it.
like looked abandoned.
It looked abandoned with a
1,
spray.
2, 3 Fake Street.
Yeah.
Here it is.
And it was like, I was like, well, and we kept going because we needed to find somewhere to park. I said, well, I mean, there's no way. I said, this does not look like a place where people are. Like, there is no way. There are no people here. And so we're driving to find a parking space, and I was like, I hope we have enough time to get back in the car or run to wherever this place really is, because there's no way this event is happening in this place. And Rami's like, no, this is definitely where it's happening. I think I've been here before. Like, it says to like,
there's all my drug deals here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said to her, like, we got like 5 feet away or 5 like minutes away from the place, and she's like, when we walk around the corner and this isn't the place, we're gonna have to rush to get to where we're going. I was like, no, like it's the same address. I know this is the place, and I said I'm 90% sure I've been here before. It just, and I remember going there the first time and being like, oh, this can't be the right place.
And we get some crazy cockamamie directions about how like there's like a set of
like a drug drop.
Yeah, it's just like a set of buzzers. You'll push number 34. a Golan Harris representative will answer, and you have to get into the freight elevator and go to the 12th floor. And I'm like,
this is true.
Holy!
Minus the last one, it was the
shovel.
11th floor, but all
Now,
that's true. It was walk up to the
know.
door, hit the buzz in, look for the rep, take the freight elevator to the 11th.
Did you have to put a blindfold on for a second?
I'm never
Here's your
nervous.
complimentary Splatoon blindfold.
I'm never nervous when I'm with Rami because I know he looks like real big and scary, and people don't generally like mess with us. But in that,
Where do we go where people mess with people
I'm
anyway?
just thinking about like, you know.
Oh, when you went to that GameStop in Phillipsburg.
Yeah, exactly. So, and I'm thinking to myself, well, I mean, I love the man, but like, I know I could keep running a lot longer than he can.
Oh, wow.
So if it comes down to it, he can hold him off, and I'm going to go for help. So we get there, and thank goodness we ran into our friend Chris Buffa, and it made me feel like, okay, we must all be in the right place. And he comes up, he's like, we're thinking we're about to get killed in there. And Rami's like, no, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I was looking down the street and I was like, wait a minute. And he waved to us. I was like, that's Chris. And then, yeah, they came up and they were equally afraid of the building. They said they drove past it and they were like, no, this isn't the place. But
there we were. And we did just that. We went up to ring the bell, and there was actually somebody in a Splatoon shirt waiting at the door. Yeah, exactly. It was, well, and what do we do in the city? I mean, maybe that's like how stuff's done there, but we don't go to like events in the city very often like that. So it was just like bizarre. It was bizarre. So they buzz us in, and we all get into this enormous freight elevator. Like, it was the size of like a room. It was like half the size of this room. And got it. and
Just making sure.
he like lifts, brings us up to the 12th floor. It opens, and it's
The 11th floor.
The 12th floor
They
is where you
kill
get,
people on the 12th
that's
floor.
where you
Yeah.
get your drugs.
the elevator opens, and it's this beautiful white contemporary room with like everything is white, and then just like Splatoon everywhere. And we were like, oh, okay, this is a wonderful thing. And so
Yeah, the inside could not have
was beautiful.
mismatched the outside any more than that. It was real, nice, clean, white, big, open, just cool looking. And the outside looked terrible. But yeah, we made it in there, and then we got to play Splatoon.
Yeah, and it was very cool the way they had it set up. They had like a little. We were hoping they had calamari, since Squid.
I was not
Splatoon.
hoping that, but Mom Brain and Chris were like, oh, I didn't say Chris works for Prima Games, the guide people, and he does some other stuff, but mostly Prima.
He's a good egg. So we get in, and they have like all different kinds of experiences set up, from like the multiplayer experience to the single player experience and the one-on-one experience. And they had a million people there to help you kind of figure out how to play, what you were doing. At one point we
like
looked
models, like hired temp.
Nintendo
models.
always does
Just
a
as-
better
just as
job
squids.
than that. In recent years, like you're not going to
Like
get like a Hurley Bass girl anymore.
But
But they have people.
like squid bikinis on.
No, they have people that either are actually like working at Nintendo doing this stuff, or people that have obviously been very well trained before they
did you
go in.
squirt your ink on them?
Yes.
so
And then we played the game.
and there was somebody painting faces and like doing like painted on tattoos if you wanted them.
I tried to get Mom Brain to do it, but she wouldn't.
They had little cupcakes, Splatoon cupcakes, and you could get paninis and little crudité pouches. And
Corgan says Mom Brain looks great, and Bernard Cheese says that's because she's been running from Bad Men a lot lately.
and they had like nice little special watermelon basil punch and little beverages, which was cool. And then in the corner they had it all taped up with like painters drop cloths, and they had
Why is it?
The Coke
Excuse me.
corner. Jeez.
and they
What
had
are we waiting for?
Come over here and feel like you're in the game.
big canvases, and you could use a
You can
super
hear the
soaker.
colors.
You could use a super soaker to paint the canvas. You could they had this like real creepy contraption set up where they had thumbtacks pushed through from the back to the front of the canvas, and you could throw water balloons at it, but it was like so
Yeah, there was
like torturous looking.
There was
like,
a rep there that was setting the stuff up, and she had in one hand blue duct tape and another hand a whole thing of push pins. And Mom Brain was like, "You look like you're gonna kill someone."
so this is like a WWE match, like right
Yeah,
here.
it's for the backyard wrestling.
And then a big paint roller, and we watched
That
a
was the
kid.
12th floor.
We watched a kid bite it and fall into like a
Oh my
bucket full
God,
of
it
this
was the
paint.
best. So they had a little
Oh,
kid
no.
there. He put on like his paint poncho so he didn't get his clothes dirty, and he's like being led over to the thing to pop the balloons. And they have like a big like what do you call it?
One
Like
of those big paint trays
Yeah.
for the roller.
filled with green paint, and he like goes to like throw the paint or something, and slips and steps right in that thing, and then falls on the floor. And I just happened to look over like the second before it happened, so I saw the whole thing, and I was like, this is the best moment of the whole thing.
Oh.
He wasn't hurt or anything, but he was covered in paint.
And so
It was
I go
great.
into the bathroom just because I had to use the bathroom, and I'm like finishing up washing my hands, and in walks the mom and the son into the bathroom, and she's like washing his hair in the sink. He's like, "Mom, just stop! It's fine."
I want to be a squid.
It was really, really funny. And
Mom probably didn't think it was funny.
Yeah.
she was fine with it. She really was, which was nice. So there were a number of kids there, but a lot of like press and grown-ups and whatnot. And so the first thing that we did was the first thing we did was the multiplayer experience, which was a lot of fun. Like a lot
They
of
had
fun.
it set up 4 versus 4, so they had 8 TVs all set up
Oh,
next to each other to
wow.
do 4 versus 4.
So it was like the orange team versus the blue team, and I'm not gonna, I guess, go into like total detail about
Were
how
you
the game
orange
is
or
played.
blue?
I played both. Played for both teams.
Which
I lost every
which
time.
oh, so neither team was better.
That's right. But I came in first on my team a couple of times, which was good. So the whole point, in case you don't know, which I'm sure everybody does, but the whole point of the game is you're on 2 different teams and you're these like squid people and you have different weapons that are filled with paint. And the goal is to paint more of the play area your color than the opponents. And you can paint over top of their paint and so on and so forth. You shoot your opponents with paint and they like explode and have to start over. No. So
It's a non-violent.
while you're doing that, there's a couple of options you have. You can throw paint bombs. You can use your weapons. You can shoot other people. You can also, wherever your paint is laid down, you can actually swim through it as a squid. So you can actually paint yourself a path and swim through it because you move faster.
How hard was that mechanic to master?
Easy peasy.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I'm all thumb. Like, I'm not the greatest
that's
gamer.
why I knew he would say it's easy.
Yeah, no, it was. I picked it up like
It
that.
wasn't meant to
Sorry.
be like, oh, you're horrible.
No,
You think it's
no.
easy.
I was talking to people in here. What did you
He
ask?
was asking about the swimming mechanic, like to
Oh
swim
yeah,
through the paint.
it's one
and then-
button.
It's super,
pretty
super
cool.
easy. And
I was really surprised because she doesn't. I know it's not a first-person shooter, but it controls like a first-person shooter. She doesn't play those at all. Maybe 10 minutes. She was doing. I was really surprised with how well you were doing.
yeah, I mean, it was easy to pick up. It was,
Mhm.
So you and it's cool because you have to like, you can paint yourself a path and swim through it to places you wouldn't be able to get just walking and whatnot.
I
So-
remember watching the trailer where someone would like jump out and like squirt to like jump back.
Yeah.
And it was like
And it's kind of-
leapfrogging through a level.
by the end of my like whole experience there, I had kind of gotten a really good hang of how to really best utilize everything you have to
Mhm.
like really get a good experience out of the game. It was, it was easy. It really was.
And I want to point out, you don't have to play motion controls if you don't want to. You can pause it, or you go into the options menu before the match, and you can set it up regular dual stick controls if you want. But yeah, the way it works is if you're doing motion controls, is left stick moves you forwards and backwards.
Right stick is the camera.
Side step left and right. Right stick is camera left and right.
And if you get there, like you have like a meter, and if it fills, you get like a power up,
Well, I'm just talking about motion controls
Oh.
for right now.
and you click it.
But like aiming up, down, and turning left and right and all that is motion control. So like you could like turn a corner with the right joystick and then use motion controls to look left and right or look up and down. But it felt pretty good to me. I
Yeah.
liked it. But if you don't want to play like that, you don't have to.
So what else? So
I let you play the multiplayer against other people, and then when somebody left, I hopped on the other team.
yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It was. And then like it showed, like you can actually like transport yourself to where your teammates are. Like, so there's a good amount of strategy.
That's what I don't think a lot of people were realizing. So like when you die, the gamepad shows in real time where the paint is on the map. It doesn't show a percentage because that's the whole point of the game. Each like battle is 3 minutes long, and at the end of the battle, the judge comes out and tells
Who
you
is like a fat
it's
cat
a big
with a
fat cat
tuxedo
that
on.
shows you the percentage
Great,
of paint
right?
from each
Great.
team, and then
So
shows you
you
the
really
winner
don't
and loser.
know how well you're doing.
You can see
You can
the
look
paint,
on the gamepad screen.
but you don't really.
On the TV, you
Yeah.
see the
so
paint,
if,
but on the
if
game,
it's a close match,
Yeah, you
don't
know.
Yeah.
if you look on the gamepad screen, it's a top-down view of the entire map, so you can get a rough idea.
Yeah.
You can see like if you're being floored or if you're killing the other team.
Yeah.
But if it's
If
close,
it's like
it's tough.
49 to 51.
Which makes it a lot of
Exactly.
fun because and when it goes to the judging portion, it doesn't tell you right away. It's like you hear like a drum roll and the cat's like looking at the two things, and you're like, oh, I don't know, it's close, and it'll be like 43% green team or something like that, and they end up losing. But it's
like it was also cool to be able to like, so by the end, my strategy that I figured out was you're better off to find an area that's not populated with the other team and that is not your color,
and just score
and
your
just
stuff all
go
over the
and
place, yeah.
exactly like cover it, because a lot of people were getting hung up in like there was blue team and orange team, and so wherever there was the blue team, the orange team was showing up to like repaint the blue,
Yeah.
but it was canceling each other out. So you're better off looking at the map and saying, okay, there's nobody over
yeah.
there.
If you die, you definitely want to look at the map and warp to. Well, I think you want to warp to the player closest to where there's the other team's paint or no paint at all, because then you could just get in there and start
Right.
painting
Yeah.
stuff.
So
But yeah, that's the cool part. You
Because-
don't have to respawn and like run all the way to get to everybody. You can actually pick where you want to respawn based on where the other players are, which is
not
cool.
about the kills. It's about the
That's
paint.
the other good thing. It's not about kills, which is great because, when you play deathmatch and all that, it's obviously only about kills. But then every other mode that people play, they only play for kills. Like, how many games of Capture the Flag have they played in all types of franchises where everybody's just killing each other and not worrying about the flag? But in this one, you can kill as many people as you want. It'll get you points, and points are used to level up your character. But to win the match,
it's so annoying to get killed too. You're like, son of a gun.
Like you could run around the whole game and not everybody could not kill anybody.
Yeah.
You're just trying to get the paint, but obviously killing people stops them from painting.
How long is the respawn time?
3 seconds, maybe.
Yeah,
it's not long.
It doesn't take long.
I was about to say, if
you die, you see like a little squid ghost fly up, and then it zooms you back to the platform.
If that would slow people down from repainting stuff if it was a longer.
Yeah, it's like 3 to 5 seconds.
It's annoying, but it's not like
it's not
detrimental to the game.
I can't paint for 10 seconds or whatever.
And you have the various weapons to use. So there's going to be all different types of players. You could have a team where one guy is like the sniper, and he's taking out other people so they can paint. And another person on the team is like the paint roller guy and has the huge paint roller and just runs around like covering everything. Then you can have two backup guys that have like the little like a super soaker that shoots like spurts. So there's all different types of weapons to use, which obviously really impact how you play. And you're just going to have to find what you like. A lot of people I hear are playing online right now with the paint roller just because it covers so much area. And if you run into an enemy at like full, it steamrolls them and kills
cool.
them. Yeah.
I didn't get to
Plus,
play
you can
with
take
Nerf that paint roller.
You can take it and flick it too, and it throws out a couple of blobs of paint. Oh, and that's the other thing you were saying. There's special power-ups or special powers that your character has.
It's like essentially like getting a star.
When you fill
it makes
up.
you like invincible.
You can have a shield,
Yeah.
or you could. What were the other ones? I don't even remember.
I only got the shield. And your weapon runs out of ink, and you have to swim in your own ink to refill it, which is quick. It happens quickly. But so if you play it smart, you're swimming and making progress while you're filling up your weapon. I had the most fun playing with multiplayer, and I could so see all of us having a great time playing, like a really great time. Exactly.
It's really cool because they went out of their way to make sure it wasn't a traditional like online multiplayer experience. That's definitely part of it, but it's got a unique Nintendo twist on it, and there's going to be other modes other than that one. Obviously, there's one mode that they were talking about in the Splatoon Direct that they did this week. That was you have like it's like King of the Hill basically, but no, there is King of the Hill, and then there's another one where I think there's like a platform that's like a big cylinder. And the objective is you have to have someone on your team stand on it. And if they stand on it, it moves towards the other team's base. And they have to try and knock you off so it doesn't move towards their base. And if you manage to get the platform all the way to their base, you win. So it's both of you fighting back and forth to prevent each other from moving your platform. So it looked really cool. I'm really interested in that. But it's just more than there's more than just deathmatch. It's not even really deathmatch because it's painting, but
paint match.
I was super impressed with it. I had a lot of fun. And you played
I played single player
too.
Single player was just as easy to pick up, the same mechanics as multiplayer. But you go through like a course, and your job is to find a key and unlock this core and free this little dude.
Like when it says, my boy, my boy.
You gotta free your boy.
It was a lot of fun. It was easy to pick up. It was quick and fun. It was challenging enough for me to be like enjoyable and like gratifying. Feel like I like made it to the end and I really did well.
So again, you have the single player matches, and then if you buy the amiibo, each amiibo has 20 like single player challenges tied to each one of them.
The
so
amiibos,
you get another
by the way,
60
are
challenges.
like gorgeous.
Sold out.
Yeah, well, that too. But they're beautiful. They're like really detailed and clean, and I like them a lot.
Nice.
Very collectible looking. So I really enjoyed the single player mode. We watched a kid play for a while before us. In fact, his fingers were sticky because when I picked up the gamepad, there was something on it. But hey, I was like, I took a half day of work to come here, and I've got sticky fingered kids touching my stuff.
Zinc on the controller.
That's right. It was fun. It was really like addictive. I felt like I could have continued playing and, you know, had a great time. There's a couple of different, like, you know, in the single player, there's like boxes you can blow up, and it was really kind of open-ended.
Guys with shields where you have to distract them with like a bomb. You have to throw like a paint bomb at them, and they'll like look at the bomb and then turn around so their shield isn't protecting them, and then you shoot them in the back.
Yeah.
I like shooting people in the back.
There's keys you have to get to unlock like launch pads, basically, because a launch pad will take you in single player from one section of the map to the next section for you to get towards the end. So you have to find keys and take them back there.
It felt like it was open-ended enough that there were a couple of different ways I could go about things, which was kind of cool.
Now, can you collect flowers in the game?
I didn't see any flowers.
2 out of 10.
Any kind of plants?
Well, there are plants. I don't think you can collect them now. But you can. There's going to be DLC, so maybe. I mean, if you requested it enough. It's. I was excited about it before, but I'm way more excited about it now. And it seems like people that have been playing the global whatever it's called Testfire that's going on right now, or just ended just now, I guess. It seems like it left a really good impression on people because Splatoon was trending on Twitter when the demo started last night. It was trending on Twitter today, and it shot up to #1 on Amazon's game chart for Wii U. So people played it and were like, "Wow, I actually really like this."
I have a question. Question. Is it only like color versus color, or can there be like 3 teams, like 3 different colors, like battling it out, or like 4 different, like 2 teams of 2?
What we saw,
4 teams of 2.
What we saw was just 2 teams, 4 people each. What's going on in the other modes yet? I don't know. They haven't said anything that's like that yet. But you can do. Oh well, wait. What was it? There's something with 8 people that they talked about in the Splatoon Direct. I don't remember what it was, but it's something that involved 8 people in a way that was different than the other modes.
An orgy.
And also, if you're playing online, you can make a group of 4 friends and stick with that group and go with them into every match, which is cool. But it said, you know, sometimes, just like any game, sometimes there will be instances where someone on your team ends up on the other team just because how the people are in there. Yeah. I think the 8-player thing was if you have 8 friends, you can make your own everything and custom. You can pick whatever map you want, whatever rules you want, stuff like that, and set up whatever you want if you have that many people to play.
Because that'd be cool having like, all right, 3 people orange, 3 people blue, and raw meat, you're going to be green because you're good enough to be on your own.
Well, there's a mode called Rainmaker that we don't know any of the.
Make it Rainmaker.
We don't know any of the details yet. So they made it very clear. This is a game they're going to update often and add in new features. And like they were saying, certain modes in the game, when you play them online, the maps are going to. You'll play like certain types of maps. They're going to change every 4 hours. And there's an announcement in the game. You'll be like in a city plaza. And they'll say like, I don't know if it's in a billboard or voiced, but it'll say like, the 3 maps available in the next mode. The 3 maps available in the next mode.
Where you're like fighting.
You're playing it and the map just closes and a new one opens. Yeah, sure, that's it.
Walls start closing, new rooms open up.
So yeah, I mean, it comes out the 29th. We're really close. Oh yeah, that's right. We did single player where it was 1 versus 1, just me against Mom Brain, because I have a special mode that has. It's kind of like Mario Kart. There's balloons around the entire map. So the point of the map isn't to paint; it's to pop the most balloons. And with paint, yes. You run 2 platforms, and they'll like activate a group of balloons. So you'll step on a platform, and 10 balloons will pop up, and they're free game for anybody. So then you run over and try and pop them. Obviously, you can kill each other if you want to. But yeah, a huge part of the game is painting the levels so that you can get around quickly.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like she was saying, you paint the ground and you paint the walls, and you could jump into the ink, swim around up on the wall, jump out of the wall, and land on the ceiling. Or like there'll be like fences that you can't jump past or walk past. But if you paint through the fence, you can swim underneath the fence and pop up on the other side.
Paint yourself into little secret areas.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, it's very hectic because it is 3 minutes. They don't make the maps huge. Like, they're big, but they don't make them huge. So you're going to be like in there fighting with people. And you hear like everybody's paint guns going nuts. And it's literally like splatters of paint everywhere.
Wait, what noise does it make?
It's kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yeah. Sort of like that in between diarrhea, almost liquid, but not
Hey,
quite.
this is what it sounds
yes,
like.
yes.
You remember when they made that super soaker that didn't shoot water? It shot like fake semen, whatever the hell it was.
Whoa, what?
It had like, look it up. It was like
semen soaker.
That's awful.
Somebody look it up. Somebody get the name. It's a real thing. The commercial was like the kids getting shot with like semen. They're like, oh,
I have no recollection of this.
Well,
No.
I'm
I
gonna play
also
another
have no
game in like
recollection.
an hour and a half.
Right?
I think this is a
didn't
dream
everybody
of
play
yours.
this game with their dad?
I played it with my uncle.
I don't remember what it's called, but it's true. But that's what it sounds like. It sounds like that disgusting gun. If you can find the commercial, will you please spend time looking that up? It exists, I swear.
I'm Googling it.
It's true. I don't remember what it's called. It looked like you were shooting like Milky Elmer's glue at
I
people.
regret.
No. You'll find lots of good stuff.
Just Google semen soaker.
It's very straightforward.
You'll find lots of videos.
Hashtag that.
So anyway, game comes out the 29th. Hopefully you guys are interested in picking up. I know a lot of you have been having fun with the online stuff. As far as I know, as far as everyone knows, the online demo, the Global Testfire, is now over. We don't know that they're going to do another one in between now and launch. We don't have that much time in between now and launch, so I don't think they'll do another. But their test was filled to capacity each time. I know people were getting turned around. They couldn't get into the test because too many people were playing.
Too much paint.
But too much
Found
paint.
it. It's the Oozinator.
The Oozinator, thank you.
Almost
Which
as
is
bad.
just as bad.
Almost as bad.
I told you it
Mom,
was
where's my
real.
Oozinator? Put that Oozinator down. I'm tired of getting shot with it.
You play with your Oozinator in there?
Yours for the low price of $24.99.
There you go.
Still?
It included an air-powered
You gotta make your
blaster,
own ooze.
a 27-ounce capacity, and a 20-shot bio-ooze container.
Wow.
Universal ooze.
It came
Right.
preloaded with ooze.
See?
Ew.
So we'll be playing. I obviously want to have a few days where we all hop on there and play against you guys. We'll be out there. Obviously, we can't do something like Mario Kart, at least not yet. Maybe they'll add something like that in the future, but we'll definitely hop in there and play alongside you guys. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, it seems like people enjoyed it. People were impressed with what the demo offered, and the real game's not that far off. So if you're obviously, I don't need to tell you, but I'll tell you anyway. If you're going to pre-order and you want to get those extra missions from Amiibo, you should pre-order now, because those Amiibo are probably going to be hard to come by, especially now that the demo's out. More people understand what the game is and are going to be interested in it. So,
And it's trending on Twitter.
it is trending on Twitter, yeah. So people are talking about it. Amiibo are always hard to find. You might as well get yourself the 3-pack. I know you can get them individual, but chances are you're going to get the stuff and want the extra levels anyway. And then you don't want to be in a position where you're trying to hunt down the extra Amiibo and have to pay like double for them. So do that stuff now. What else is there? I think you can preload the game right now, or you can pre-purchase the game if you're going the digital route. That's available. So you can go to Nintendo's, Nintendo.com and search Splatoon, and then you can do the pre-purchase there. And I think that's it. So we played that, and then Mom Brain has something else to say about the event.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
It was great. We had a blast, but
Is it Splatoon related?
no.
Oh,
As
my
we were
God.
leaving, we get in this crazy freight elevator, and we get to the 8th floor, and they stop to pick up some more passengers. And the doors open, and standing in front of me is Bill Nye the Science Guy, walking into the elevator. I saw his face, and it was as though I saw raw meat. I knew exactly I know this guy. Oh my God, I know this guy.
The freight door opened, and he walked in, and we were like two little kids where we were trying to be like, like trying not to laugh and make noise.
Rami was on my left. So I turned so that Bill Nye couldn't see me, and I mouthed to him, "Oh my God, it's Bill Nye." And Rami, because sometimes I see people that I think are somebody I think they are, but they're not.
We've all been.
So, and like Rami just looks at me and goes, like shakes his head yes, and we both like give each other the like play it cool. So we're just standing in the elevator, and I'm like, my whole body is like tense, and inside I'm screaming, and nobody else in the elevator is like saying anything or like, you know, doing any, like nobody looks affected, and they're like looking at us like we're crazy. So we get out. Bill Nye turns right, we turn left, and I'm trying to get my bearing to get us back to the lot we parked in, like 5 blocks away. And all these people walking towards us go, "Is that Bill Nye?" And I go, "Yes."
Everybody was
I
asking.
should have asked for a picture. And the people were like, "Yeah, you should have." So we're standing trying to get our bearing. And Bill Nye is standing on a street corner, just hanging out with his publicist, we find out later. Just standing there. And Ramit's like, "Remember the time that Jeff Hardy was in town and you wouldn't go meet him because you were too embarrassed and you were too nervous? Don't pull another Jeff Hardy. Like, go,
like,
now's
he's
your
right
chance."
here. I will walk over there with you. He's right here.
So all of a sudden, I'm just like, you know what? The universe has just dropped this gift in my lap. He gets, of all the people in all the places in the whole wide world, we're in an elevator with Bill Nye the Science Guy, and he's just standing there, like not moving, like waiting for me. So I walk over and I go, "Excuse me, Mr. Nye?"
Mr. Guy.
Mr. Science Guy?
Mr. Science Guy.
And he goes, "Give me your phone. I'll take the picture." And I was like, "You wouldn't mind? I'm a teacher, and I think it would be just really cool for me to show like the school, and I just love you. I think you're so great." And he was like, come on, what's your passcode?" And he's like getting the camera up on my phone.
He wasn't like saying it mean. It was just like, you know, he's done it a million times, so he knows how to like get it going.
He's like, "Get over yourself, girl. Let's go. Let's just take this picture so I can
He's
move
like, "You want
on."
a selfie? Let's do a selfie. All right, give me your phone. I'll set this up.
He goes, "Remember, look at the lens, not at yourself." So he's like holding it up, and he takes a couple, and he was like, "Western culture, shake my hand." And I was like, "Thank you so much. Thank you so much." He's like, "What grade do you teach?" "Oh, second and third graders with autism and my little scientists." And he was like, "All right, well, you just have a wonderful day now." And I was like, "You too." Like, there was nothing else.
Hey, kids, I'm talking crusty.
I was just so like, I couldn't even. And we like walked away, and Rami was like, "That was awesome." And I was like, "Yeah, it really was awesome." It was like.
And we got back down to the other corner where we had passed people that were asking if it was Bill Nye, and Mom Brain had her phone out with the picture. She's like, "It was him. I got it." And one of the guys was like, "Oh man, I'm so jealous. That's awesome."
And you know what's cool is like, he's not a rock star or a movie star or like, you know, some like really crazy popular guy. Like, he does science and people freaking love him for it. Like, you know, like we remember what he taught us and how cool it was. And like, he still continues to do amazing things for the world as like Bill Nye the Science Guy. And like, all these people know who he is. Like, that's just cool. Like,
Lord Knott wants to know if the story ends with him shouting "Bill, Bill, Bill" as he left.
oh, I wanted to. I like the whole time. I'm like,
Are you in the IRC?
Did you address him
Yes.
as William?
You should
William Nye?
put the picture in there.
I don't know how to do that.
I'll tell you. Ready? Go to your Facebook, save the picture, go to Imager, upload it there, and then just give them the link.
I'll see what I can do.
That was too complicated.
I would do it, but I can't open anything else here. So yeah, that's crazy just to think like that. We didn't
Was
stay.
he playing Splatoon?
No, he
He
was
on the drug floor.
He was on the drug floor. You're right.
I don't know what he was doing.
He
Yeah,
was the
wasn't-
one floor above us. Or no, he was floor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We were on 11. He was on 8.
Chemistry floor.
He was on 8. Yeah, maybe that's why that building looked like that. You're right. So yeah, we didn't stay the whole time the event was running. The event was from 3
Thank
to
God.
7.
We would have never run into Bill Nye. Like, how crazy is that?
But we stayed from 3 to 4:30 because we had played everything there, and we just happened to leave at that time, and everything worked out that way. So that was pretty
still
crazy.
don't know why he was even there?
No idea.
Weird.
I sent a picture to someone from
Did
Nintendo.
you tweet it?
I don't remember if I
should have tweeted
tweeted it.
him. You should tweet him.
I mentioned it on the Twitter, but I don't remember. Oh, she tagged him on Instagram. So, but I sent someone a picture that works at Nintendo because I was like, hey, I saw them at the event It's like, we left you at the event, and look at what happened to us. And they were like, oh my God, like, what were they doing here? I want to know why they were here. I was like, no idea. They were just hanging out, I guess, waiting for us to come out of our elevator. So, but yeah, the event was great. Lots of fun. You guys know about the game, so hopefully you're interested in picking it up, and I will be more than happy to play online. Because I could use some of that. I would like to put all this behind us. But got a few more weeks until that happens. And like I said, the global thing's over now. So you had your fill. Your 3 times to play are done. You had your 3 hour. I don't know how many. Let me know
had your fun.
In the RSC, let me know how many of you actually got up to play at the block that was like, I think it was 4 in the morning, California time 4, 7 here. Let me know if you got up and actually played in that one. All right, I guess that's it. We'll talk about what we played. Have you played anything recently, Vitamin G?
I haven't really been playing all that much of anything, but played a little bit of Destiny, kind of gearing up for the expansion that comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, Activision sends me press releases for the site, and they've sent me like 10 press releases about Destiny in the last week, just making sure everybody knows about it.
Awesome.
Well, we were interested in the, the horde
Firefight.
mode.
Yeah.
That, because we loved that in Halo.
Yeah.
I've been a little disenchanted with Destiny in recent months, but I know they just did an update, and they're doing a lot more updates to appease a lot of people's complaints. And then on top of that, this thing is coming out, and I'm like,
Which link do
we
I
could
use?
play that forever.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it
Oh,
as a
says
bundle
that,
with the last one,
Yeah.
so I'm already. I'm getting it. How are
You
you
guys should try raiding.
I did some
He
raiding.
did some.
I did some raiding, but I didn't do it with anyone I knew, so I was like,
Oh, no, they're your friends.
Yeah, they're my friends now. Yeah.
All those little kids.
Oh, hey, you got the Gulu color shader. Like, kid, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah, I love the fact that it's like a 30-year-old man playing online with the little kids, and the little kids are like, "This guy's such an idiot. He doesn't know. He doesn't know what this
You
gun
don't want to shoot those things.
is." You did it, Mom Brain. It worked. Good job. So you've been playing a little of that. That's it.
A little bit of that, yeah.
Kirby, what have you been
A
playing?
little this, a little that.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
I started playing part 2 of Broken Age this week.
Oh yeah, I see. I was waiting for the second part to come out to get both parts, just so I could have the whole thing.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was going to take like over a year for part 2 to come out.
Yeah, there's some people not too happy about that. Well, he raised it was like $3 million for that Kickstarter, so people were a little upset with how it played out.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, right.
But it's out anyway.
Yes. There are a lot of moving parts with that, especially when it comes to dialogue alone, because they have some notable actors in there that they have to either get together at the same time or piece together throughout the year.
Yeah, they got Elijah Wood and Jack Black, and I just found out Will Wheaton does the voice of the lumberjack guy. So yeah, I'm actually debating whether or not I should just start the game over again in case there was something I forgot about or wasn't, or I don't know, I might have not even been paying that much attention. But anyway,
yeah, I heard the second one the second part is a little more it is a little tougher. Yeah, I heard the puzzles are a little more old school, point and click puzzles, where some of the solutions you're like, oh, I would have never normally thought of that.
Yeah, well, I mean, part 1 was pretty easy, so I don't know, maybe there were people complaining about that.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
So yeah, in conclusion, lots of people complain about things.
It's true.
But no, I'm enjoying.
A+.
I'm enjoying part 2 so far. It's nice seeing all the characters that you met in part 1.
They're Rummy's favorites. Who brought them?
They're Princess Fruit Snacks.
There's nothing on here that says what it is.
Disney Princess.
Do you not want to eat a princess? Is there a problem here?
I will. I'm sorry.
Jasmine's
It's
fine.
okay. It's okay. I don't want to give anything away, but you in part 1 you're playing as 2 different characters in 2 different areas, and each one meets this all these other characters, and now you're seeing things getting all switched up Basically, I probably shouldn't say any more than that.
Yeah, it's one of those games where it's hard to talk about it without spoiling things, even though you're not trying to spoil. Speaking of spoiling, did you finish Daredevil?
No.
Never mind. How far are you?
Now we can't
Just
talk
number.
about it.
6.
I finished it earlier in the week. I know you like it already.
Yeah.
Man, the last like 3 or 4 episodes, they're like,
I'm on episode 10.
oh, are
I'm
you?
watching it.
Good or
They
bad?
look amazing.
Okay.
Like really blew me away. So you like it too?
I love it.
It's great. It is really good. You watched it all?
Yep.
Everybody at this table has watched or as well. Oh
It's
wait,
pretty amazing.
There's only
sorry.
one episode where I was
Not
like,
into
eh.
Busy? No, I
she just had it.
I can only do so much.
So you're not into it.
It's not one of those.
Well, we
Yeah,
know,
not enough.
we know
to,
Andy's
So you hate
not
it.
into it because it's about a blind guy.
So you're saying there's a chance.
You know,
She's got other stuff she's got to catch up on first.
yeah.
TV show wise.
And I gotta finish the school year with my dignity and my limbs.
What does that have to do with watching
Just saying,
Daredevil?
by the time I get home, it's like if I can shove
Oh.
some food in my mouth and go to sleep, it'll be a great day.
All right.
And keep your limbs.
Mombreen, what have you been playing besides Splatoon?
That's it. I was gonna play. Actually, I thought about playing some Majora's Mask this past week, and it just never happened. But it's been on my list of things I'd like to
Summer's
do.
coming.
It's sort of like winter, but summer.
They keep saying winter's coming in that show, and it never shows up. Lou,
I'm pretty sure I saw some snow
Right?
at
That
some
show.
point.
Game of Thrones.
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, there's like little like piles
Wait,
of snow.
so it's
and-
gonna snow? Spoiler.
I don't know. They keep saying it for 5 seasons now. It hasn't snowed yet. But Kirby's right. There are little like pockets of snow in certain sections, and everybody's like, "Winter's coming." But maybe that's what they mean, like a little pocket of snow.
That's their winter.
There it is.
Wait, have you?
Not in New Jersey.
Where are you now?
All caught up.
Really?
I am with the show where it is now.
Easy peasy. Somebody here hasn't finished reading the book yet.
Yes, so it is.
Well, that's what I've been doing and not watching television.
Yeah, that's true. All right, Lou, what have you been playing?
Well, I played some Smash Brothers with you guys, but I think that was a couple weeks ago.
Doesn't matter. We played a lot.
Yeah.
a lot.
And then I haven't played anything at home because I just haven't had the time. Although I should buck around in Destiny because I haven't done anything since they did the new updates. So I should start gearing up for that. All I did was I watched the trailers. That was about
Well,
it.
your free time has been spent on Daredevil, and
I
there's
have
nothing
been
wrong with
watching a lot
that.
of Daredevil, yeah. And yesterday I had a terrible headache, so I was playing Civ 5, and it made my headache go away.
And it made 8 hours disappear.
Next thing I knew, it was tomorrow, and I didn't have a headache.
Next thing I knew, it was the next day, and I woke up somewhere I didn't even know where I was. Is that it?
Yeah, that's about it.
All right, so I played Splatoon. I didn't get in on the demo, unfortunately, because, I was a little busy with other stuff.
Or no, we did Mario Kart last week. That was
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
do
we
that.
did
You're
Mario
right.
Kart last
Ooh,
week.
Daddy's
yeah.
got to play that.
Yeah, we played.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
It
Oh,
was.
200.
It was us doing R-Type. Right?
Yeah. We played a good amount. Had a lot of fun with
Yeah,
it.
200cc was insane.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is
I'm a
nuts.
terrible player to begin with, but at 200cc, it just made it even worse.
I'm not trying to make him feel bad. He's not here. I'm not saying it to be mean, but Dew seemed like he was having a rough time. But he was handling it very well.
Yeah,
Like he was losing, but he was cool with it,
he was
which was
doing-
great to see. But he was having a rough time.
He was doing good at like the 100cc.
Yeah.
And then when we moved up, that's when he started not doing as well. But at 100cc, he was
100cc, he
right
was
up
in there.
there,
Yeah,
yeah.
definitely. And then R-Type was winning.
Yeah, our
The
type was
150cc.
really good.
And then I jumped in. Well, I jumped in for 150cc.
Yeah,
But after that, we went to 200, and everybody.
I can't
So
anything at 200.
Like nobody.
100
Cause you
cc,
say
cc,
that, of course.
200cc.
100cc, I can do all right. 150,
Yeah, there was no.
towards the end, I started getting like once I changed my car and character.
Yes, that's
around.
true. We didn't really like ease into it. It was like, well, let's do 100cc as a refresher, and we did like 4 tracks, and they're like, all right, 150, and then all right, 2, let's go 2.
Yeah.
So it made it rough.
Bowser's not the best of choice on 200cc.
Bowser's never the best choice.
No, if you're lube, Bowser or Donkey Kong. Can I have the biggest, dumbest character, please?
At
With the worst
100cc, I was doing all right with Bowser.
Who's good for handling?
Worst
Probably Bowser.
acceleration.
I mean, like, it
But he has
depends
the
on
top speed.
It depends
As
on.
long as I don't hit anything, I was like,
That's the
But
problem.
therein lies
He
the
has
rub.
the top speed, but you have to get to it
Yeah.
first, and then if you get hit once, forget it, you're out.
I mean, if there was
But-
nothing else on the track.
Yeah, if
And it was a straight line.
if you had like depending on the cart you had, it would
Yeah.
definitely help. But yes,
the worst.
Bowser and Donkey Kong
Dry
are
bones
rough
Bowser
ones.
with dry bones Bowser cart. Not good.
We were playing and he went right for Bowser, and our type was like, "Why would you pick Bowser?" Like, it's what he always does. The biggest, dumbest character is who he wants.
Yeah, but I came in like didn't I tie
You
for
did
fourth
all right.
place?
You
like
did
that
all
first
right.
round?
Yeah. And then we
Out
moved
of
on.
4?
No, well,
We were racing against the computer too.
yeah,
So.
out of 16.
Out of 12. So yeah, we played that. I forgot about that. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We played that. I played Splatoon, like I said. Played some Mortal Kombat this week.
Is that any good?
Yeah, really good. It's a lot of fun. Did
Super
you?
complicated.
I actually think it's. Did you play the last one? I actually think it's less complicated, especially the fatalities. The fatalities
I don't
are
know, the
like.
way Nikki Hill is making it seem like
That's Nikki. Like I remember the fatalities being like like
it was
quarter.
like naming like produce or something
Oh.
instead of like it was like carrot stick bell. Like I can't figure out where this is
I
on the
was telling
controller.
him the buttons because I would look up the fatality and he'd say, "Tell me the fatality," and I'll remember it and do it at the end. So I'd be like, "All right,
Yes.
forward, forward, back, back, triangle, square," and he said something like forward, back, back.
3.
Yeah, like a number or something. I was like, "What? There's not even any numbers on the controller." It was something really good. He wasn't doing it as a joke. It was serious. Or he said a color, something like
Yeah,
green.
he said number or color.
But yeah, I think it's
But he was pulling them off. But,
yeah, he got them eventually.
No,
But yeah, I think it's really easy to get into. You have like the X-ray moves from the last game, which are cool because it's just 2 buttons at the same time. You have to fill up a meter, but then you do that and you get like it's not a fatality, but you get a cool looking move. But yeah, you should be able to pick it up, no problem. But yeah, specifically the fatalities. I remember fatalities in Mortal Kombat being like half circle,
Yeah.
2 step back, like 4 other buttons, hold these 2 down at the
Barely
same
had
time. hit them.
time.
Yeah, these are like forward, forward, back, back, square, or like forward, back, up, up, or like really
either from
any-
close distance or from
anyone. Yeah, they still do the close, medium, far distance, but anyone I've tried, I've done, and it was a struggle to do fatalities in Mortal Kombat before for me, and I had no problem with this. So, you liked Injustice, right?
Yeah.
But did you think that was all right? That's
Yeah.
far. Yeah, it plays just like that, same people.
Okay.
So
yeah, it kind
except
of
more violent.
Yeah. the
Much
look
more
of
violent.
it was like it looked the same.
Yes, it definitely looks like Injustice, yeah, but nicer looking because it's on the new systems. But they
Yeah,
brought over from Injustice
We were playing Injustice all
Yeah.
together, right? We never finished it.
they brought over the
yeah,
the
that's right, 'cause
interact.
we couldn't
And all
like,
4 of
all
us
get
are here
together
now.
at the same time.
Yeah, we all have to be there.
Yeah.
And that happened once.
they brought
Because of that stupid oath we took.
damn that blood oath. They brought over the interactive background stuff too into Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
So like in
That
this
was
one.
fun.
Yeah.
There's one stage that's like on a dock with like waves in the background and like dead bodies will like fly up in the water and you can grab a dead body and
It
throw
was
it at
the
somebody.
Japanese tsunami.
There's another one where there's like a lady standing in the background next to some weird animal. It's like an old decrepit lady and you can pick her up
Oh my
and
god.
smash her into somebody. And what the hell? I don't remember what Dew's girlfriend, whatever her name is on the podcast. I don't remember. She was playing
I
and
don't
she
think you ever
grabbed
told
the
me
old
what it-
lady.
PC.
PC, that's right. She grabbed the old lady and hit the opponent, and then the old lady like dies, and she's like, "I killed that old lady." I'm like, "Well, it's Mortal Kombat. Everything kind of dies." So, but yeah, it's definitely fun, and they have like the story mode like Injustice had, but they also have classic Mortal Kombat if you want that, which was like just the tower of people,
Tournament.
and you worked your way up, so you can pick what you want. So yeah, I played some of that. Oh, I knew there was stuff I played that I couldn't remember, but I just thought of it. I played PC stuff, which I haven't played in a long time. I played, or I shouldn't say PC stuff. One of them is only PC as far as I know. One of them was also on PC. I played, what's it called? Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's what it's called. It was on 360, PS3,
Yeah,
and PC.
I never played it, but yeah, I heard good things.
I always heard really, really good things about it, and I had a little bit of time, free time. I was like, I want to play it, but I don't want to hook up my 360 and re-log into my account and all that stuff. So it was on Steam. So I went upstairs and played it on the computer through Steam. Like I said, I had heard great things about it. It's a really, really cool game. It's not long. You can beat it in one sitting, like 3 hours maybe. But it's about these two brothers. Their dad is sick, and the two brothers set off on this adventure to go to this tree that has like it's like a tree of life or something. It has like a liquid in it that you need to get to bring back to your dad to save him. Mm-hmm. And it controls really uniquely. Each joystick is a brother.
That's right.
And each trigger is for one respective brother. So like left trigger and left joystick is for the older brother, right trigger and right joystick are for the younger brother. And you control both of them at the same time. And it's like not so much platforming, but it's like puzzle platforming. I really liked it. Great story and great soundtrack. Really one of those experiences that'll stick with you without a doubt, which is why I've been wanting to play it for so long, because I heard so many things about it. And people were saying it's like if you took like Journey and
The band?
yes, the band. You took Journey, the video game, and Eco and put them together. That's what you get. So I was like, well, I'm sold. Yeah. So I played it and I loved it. Really good. I highly recommend it. And I also played a game I had downloaded a real long time ago on a PC, but never had a chance to start it. The Stanley Parable. Did you play that?
Oh, no, but I've heard a lot about that.
What a mind F that
game
I heard
it's kind of weird.
It's so basically it's a game about video games. It's like a game about stereotypes in video games or tropes in video games. So like it plays on like everything you think you do in a first-person shooter, but it's not running and shooting or anything like that. It's literally like walking around and just interacting with things. But it's about a guy who's in his office doing the same thing every single day, and then one day he starts to think like, why am I doing this? And it's about you, like it's about the decisions you make and how you play the game. The game is constantly watching what you're doing, and every time you think you're doing something like smart, the narrator in the game will talk about it, because it's showing you like how you play video games and how you play first-person games. Like it knows your thought, but they've like planned it out so in such a detailed way that it knows like how you're going to play the game and how you're going to try and solve puzzles, which is really cool. So the game's basically about just getting different endings, and the endings can be gotten in like 5 or 10 minutes or sometimes a little bit longer than that. But there's like tens and tens of endings to go through. So it's about you and the narrator, and it's you're in an office building, and I don't know what else to say about it other than the point of it is to show you it knows how you play these type of games. So it's not a game for everybody, but it is.
So it's bragging.
It's just saying, like, I think it's the point of it is to show you that games make you think you have freedom of choice, but they're all going to take you to the same place in the end. Yeah. But it is really cool, and it's funny. The guy that does the narration, it's one guy. Really cool, great voice actor. It's written really well. It's definitely unique, but like I said, not for everybody, but very interesting. So I played those two, and then last night I've been playing Puzzle & Dragon Super Mario Brothers Edition, which is the Nintendo collaboration with the company I can't remember the name of right now. God damn it. But it's, you know, a crossover with the big Puzzle & Dragon series that's huge in Japan, and they're trying to bring it over here. So it has Puzzle & Dragon Z and Puzzle & Dragon Super Mario Brothers Edition all in one cartridge. I'm playing the Super Mario Brothers version of it. So it's what was the name of that puzzle game? You played it. It was a match 3 puzzle game, but it was like an RPG.
Right, Puzzle Quest?
Yes, that. It's like that, but a little more detailed. And you make like a team with so you pick the leader of the team, and then you pick like a party, So like you'll have like right now I have like leaders can be Mario, Luigi, Big Mario, Big Luigi, Ice Mario, and Ice Luigi. And then like those are your leaders, and they give you certain attributes. Like one of them is like they'll add +3 to every like a water attack you do or something like that. And then you pick your party members. And everybody has different elements. There's like wood, star, water, fire, other stuff in there. And you know, it's kind of like Pokemon. One element works good against the other, and one element will make you weak depending on what you are. So you have to build a team. The beginning of the level tells you what type of enemies there's going to be, and you have to build a team that you think will be able to take those guys down easily. But it's all, when you get into the game, it's match 3 stuff. So you have to match up icons to do attacks, blah, 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 blah. And you work your way through like dungeons, basically. You fight away the bad guys, and then you move forward a little bit in the map, and then another wave will come in. And each map has a boss in it, and you'll have to take down the boss. And sometimes the bosses are a Koopa Kid, or like three like traditional bad guys, like Koopa Troopas or Goombas or Piranha Plants or stuff like that.
Boomerang Brothers?
I've seen Hammer Brothers. I have a Hammer Brother on my team. I don't have a Boomerang Brother yet.
On your team?
Yes. You can you collect the bad guys and make them work for you, basically.
So you enslave them?
Yes. So I've enslaved a Hammer Brother. On my team right now, I've enslaved a Hammer Brother, a Paratroopa, a Paragoomba, and one of those little, I forget what they're called, the black like beetle guys.
Oh yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you can't break their shell.
Yeah.
They just like one of those guys.
Bill or something?
And he's he does like poison damage.
But yeah, from Super Mario Bros. 2.
So yeah, it's really cool. Super
Or 3.
addictive.
They started 3.
And you have lives in the game, so you have to make it through each like section without spending all your lives. You have 3 lives. You can get 1-ups, but like boss battles will take place in like they're like split up. It'll be a castle where you fight one of the Koopa Kids, and then he'll run away into an airship, and then you go into the airship and finish the battle. But those portions are tough. So the game's definitely tough, but it's a lot of fun. It makes you, and you level up your characters obviously to make them more powerful. So like I started out with a Goomba, and then you get something to get him more experience, and then you can collect P-Wings, and if you give a Goomba 2 P-Wings, he puts them on and becomes a Paragoom. Blah, blah, blah. But it's hard. It's match 3.
They evolve.
Yes. It's a match 3 game, but it's not like Honey Pop because nobody's getting naked and having sex. So if you want a puzzle game without any nudity, you can play Super Mario Brothers edition of Puzzle and Dragons. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. Reviews are embargoed until the 14th, I think. So we'll have a review then. But that's North American review embargo. The European embargo is up, so there's plenty of reviews out there. But yeah, if you like match 3 games, it's very, very well done. And that's just one half of it. I haven't played Puzzle and Dragons Z yet, which offers more of a traditional RPG experience. There's like maps that you actually walk around and characters you talk to and stuff like that. This streamlines it. It makes it more like a the overworld map is basically a Super Mario Brothers map, just like, you know, places you just hit left or right and you move to the dot on the map and then you enter it to go into the level. So yeah, playing that, and that's fun. I play a lot of stuff. I think that's it. Twitter. Mom Brain, you want to get music ready, please? So on Twitter today, I asked you guys about Splatoon. Let me find it. Okay. I said, what do you guys think of Splatoon after spending time at the Global Testfire demo? Sonic says, Sonic Kurosaki says, I need ink to live, in all capital letters. Exy says, it needs a quick turn button. That would certainly be helpful. I use that all the time in Resident Evil and stuff like that. Hugh Enigma says, my hope for the game has increased. Cannot wait to see what the full game has to offer. More levels, weapons, and minigames. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to mention. Games don't take long to load online. But you know how sometimes when you're playing a game, you have to wait for other people to come in for matchmaking, so you're just sitting there waiting. This gives you like 4 different mini games to play to set high scores on, so you have stuff to do while you're waiting. But whenever we played,
no one else done.
Right? I think like there's, I think one of the Ridge Racers, which wasn't online, it was just like regular loading back in the PlayStation, because like loading was like a new idea for console gamers. They put in a little game in there.
They did that on FIFA, where when the game was loading, there would just be like a one-on-one player and goalie.
Yeah.
That was fun.
But yeah, with like online matchmaking, I can't think of any other game that does. Why wouldn't they do it? I don't get it. Maybe they do, and it's just we haven't played those games. Von Su says, fun. Mike says, I hope to be playing while the show is happening since my son took the first 2 sessions. Well, I hope you did, Mike. Because it's over now, so hopefully got in there. Sonic Star says, I'm very glad I pre-ordered this when I did. The Testfire was so fun. Slider says, once I turned off motion controls, I really enjoyed it. This is going to become a multi-game franchise. The 29th is far away. Matt Piscopo says, love it. Probably the first game of 2015 who will stop my Smash addiction. This is definitely addictive. I can see that happening. Weeman says, motion controls off, and it's awesome. Yeah, like we said, if you're not digging the motion controls, you don't have to use them. It has traditional dual analog. Nestor says, it completely sold me. I had half-hearted interest before, but now I can't wait to play the final game. Master Otenko says, splendid game, but weapons might need to be balanced. Charger needs to be better in close combat. The roller
needs
nerfing.
Nerf it.
You're right. Stroopy says, nah, the roller is perfect like it is.
Yeah,
I can
because
easily...
he was probably using the roller the whole time.
Well, no, he says, I can easily outplay that thing by now. Just need some training.
Is Stroopy named after Stroop waffles?
Well, it's spelled Struppii. So I don't know.
Stroopy.
TJ Power, you love it, says, I was excited for it before the demo, but after playing it, I can't stop thinking about it. Such a fun time. SD Sick Hero says, game is good. I am totally not. That makes me sad. Hope they iron out the connection issues. Vampire Jekyll says, I've been praying for this game to be good. After the demo, I'm praying harder. Please don't let this game disappoint. Suave Villain says, the game is great, but the map rotation needs to be adjusted in the final product. It's the demo. And more controller options and features. Yes, the full game will have all of those.
It's better.
It keeps playing the same map.
What's with this demo in the same levels? God of Pig says, oh, he's talking to somebody else. Party Bob says, Splatoon has leapt up my wish list, but I'll likely wait for the big August update unless the solo game is substantial. Yeah, we don't know how long the solo game is going to be. I would imagine not very long, but there is solo player content. Master Thief 1986 says, best Nintendo multiplayer shooter since the GoldenEye days, period.
Whoa, that's a big claim.
I'm trying to think of another multiplayer game from, well, you know, Mario Party's multiplayer, but like this isn't even first person, but it's a shooter. Best shooter from Nintendo multiplayer, yes. Wolf Among You says, he's talking to somebody else. Paunchberry says, it sold me on the game, but I hope the retail version has off-TV support. Well, there's off-TV play in 1 versus 1 local because one person plays on a TV and one person plays on a gamepad, so there's that. Yurt Packer says, I had a blast. The controls, the look, the music, everything felt right to me. Yurt Packer, yep.
You know what a yurt is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, of course you know what a yurt is.
Keenan Beanin says, loved it. As good as advertised. Can't wait for the 29th. Roth Sothi says, fun for the kids, especially with attractive colors plus creative designs. Switch to more modes, story with drop-in, drop-out co-op. That would be nice. But if you buy the first one, I'm sure they'll consider expanding stuff like that in the sequel. Anime 13 Rock says, I want it now. I want more.
Baruka.
Daniel Beavis says, can't wait to be able to play more than 2 levels and also explore a game outside just multiplayer. Fun game, though. Efren is it says, turn around and press. Oh, here you go. He says, turn around and press Y to reset the camera. There's your solution for a quick turn. Phoenix Rush 85 says, is it the 29th yet? And Mega Jacob says, didn't like the motion controls, but glad they included an option to turn it off. But it's the Mario Kart of shooters. You could say it paints a bright future for Nintendo. Oh, what a way to end. I don't get it.
I'm not sure paints a bright future is a saying.
It is now. Paints a pretty picture for the future? Could have said that.
Yeah.
We'll let him get away with it. Mom Rain.
Yes.
Let's do some music.
Let's. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right. This first song comes from Joe Shabadoo.
I hope he's shirtless wherever he is.
Eating fries.
I know this. All right, it's a Kirby game.
Sure is.
Yeah, I know this one too. It's the only Kirby game I haven't played, which is Kirby's Air Ride.
That's not correct.
Oh,
But it
you were
sounds
so
familiar. I know. I've never played it.
All right, so let's start with Smash Brothers.
No.
All right, my favorite, Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
Kirby's Epic Yarn.
No.
Kirby Triple Deluxe.
No.
There's
Oh,
too many of those things.
Our favorite one to make fun of, Kirby and the Crystal Sharks.
Nope.
All right, it is a Kirby.
Sure is.
Kirby's Tilt and Tumble.
Nope.
Squeak Squad.
Nope.
Amazing Mirror.
Nope.
God damn it.
Nope.
Kirby, goddamn.
No. No.
Something about fighters.
Nope.
TJ Power.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Air Ride is on that.
Kirby. All right. It's not NES. It's not Super Nintendo. It's not N64.
Nope.
I can't think of a Kirby game in the game.
Nope.
All right, so we have 3DS, DS, and Wii U.
Yep.
It's not Kirby Triple Deluxe.
Nope.
Is it the Woolly
Oh,
one?
is it no.
Squeak Squad?
No, is it Kirby and the Rainbow Curse?
Yeah.
Oh,
The newest one.
I can't believe it took that long. Well, they have like the same remixes in every Kirby game, or the same songs remixed.
Yes. So that was from Joe Shabadoo.
Man, that
And it
should not have
was-
taken that long.
Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. This one comes from Spade 21X.
It sounds like Fire Emblem.
It's not.
She's looking at you. It's something new.
I don't want to look because I don't want to see
Yeah. I saw her looking. Is it Smash Brothers?
Nope.
Oh, that goddamn noise makes me think of something that I know it's not. Something Luke played. What do you all? It's not Battle Tanks.
Wait, is this Kirby's Air Ride?
It sure is.
Holy shit!
That's great.
It wasn't meant to be played next, but I thought it would be a good idea.
That is
That was a great idea.
That was Kirby's Air Ride, and it was from Spade 21X. Luke's new favorite game. Kirby's Air
yeah,
Ride.
right.
I did play. That's the racing one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played that one.
All right, this one comes from Major Payne, and this is his first, or her, first time submitting a song.
Thank you, Major Payne. Where can people send songs?
GNpodcastmusic@gmail.com.
Yeah, definitely.
It is Star
I know
Tropic.
this one too. Why is it Mike in Smash Brothers?
Oh, Star Tropic's
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
So that song
I
was
think it's Jones.
Well, they have the Smash Brothers.
Jones.
They have the fighters ballot. You can vote for Mike. Just write Mike, and Nintendo's going to be like, "Who the hell is he talking about?"
Who the hell
Go
is
ahead.
Mike?
that song was from Major Payne, and it was Star Tropics on the NES.
I love that where you can just like when you're going through like a wall.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
It's like when you're in a dungeon and you go through a wall and you just like jump into water and die and there's like no way around.
Yes.
So it's like you got to remember. It's like okay, don't take that path because it's instant death.
Isn't there a part of it where you have to like look at the instruction booklet to know an answer? Like there's one
I
part
never
where
got
something was in the instruction booklet because I rented the game. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't find out till years later because when I rented it, the internet didn't exist.
Yeah.
So
So I don't think that's in the virtual console.
yeah.
version.
Oh, it's I think they make a note of it in the virtual console, like the e-manual in there. It says something about it. But
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
something like that. And Metal Gear did that too, where like to get a codec number, it was written on the back of the box. So if you
Yeah.
rented it, you were screwed.
Cryptic Nintendo BS.
Go ahead.
All right, this one comes from Toad64.
That's a long time listening. Well,
There's a chair.
it's Asian related.
Wait, is it? Oh, is it was it Goemon game on Game Boy?
No.
The Mystical Ninja anything.
No.
Dr. Yang or Kid Yang.
I'll tell you, it's on the virtual console, but I believe it was a Famicom game, so
Okay.
I could have the
Takamaru.
no.
Man, we were doing so well.
Is that a samurai in the title?
No.
Or a
That's
ninja
anything
title?
like Kung Fu.
No.
Man, we sound terribly racist. Go ahead. I don't know.
It
Chop
was
Suey
the
Brothers.
mysterious
Right.
Morasame Castle.
Is that somebody? I wish Nintendo was
Sounds
in here.
fake.
Is that Takamaru related? Sounds fake. Don't believe it.
Oh,
Made
yeah.
up.
They probably had like a U.S. title. Or no, wait, it never came out in the U.S.
Hey, thanks. Get me out of this.
Cricket.
Don't take
All
my
right.
soul.
This next song comes from G-Man, sir.
Nice reverb.
All right.
Is it a Game Boy game?
It is a Game Boy Advance game.
Game Boy Advance.
Stepped it up.
Yeah, it sounds more like a Game Boy Color.
Well, it's a gallery.
Game & Watch.
Yeah. Which
I was gonna
the
guess
subject of the email is GAYMAN watch.
that. Game Man.
He was
Watch,
like,
yeah.
I'm sending it as Game Man watch.
Game Man
It
Wario.
was always the joke when we played Smash.
So that was
Oh,
from
really?
that was from G-Man, sir, and it was Game & Watch Gallery 4 on the GBA. This next song comes from Denby.
Is that a new person? Yeah, I like it. Yeah, is it NES?
No.
What? Can I have a-
According to my sources, it's Game Boy.
All right. Pretty sophisticated, man. Man, this is good stuff.
Final Fantasy Adventure.
Close.
Yeah, all right. I was gonna say Legends, something about
Final
Legends?
Fantasy Legend 2. Yeah.
Oh, wow, I
Well
remember.
done, Kirby.
I had one of them.
My cousin got
Blue box.
Final Fantasy Legend, or whatever it
I
was,
think
or
that's what-
two.
I think that was, yeah.
Adventure?
He bought it for Game Boy, and I had never seen or played an RPG, and
Yeah.
he hadn't either. And I went over to his house, and he's like, "Can you figure out how to play this?" And I was like, "It's a game. I know video games." And I played it, and like a menu came up
Yeah.
with like
Yeah.
options. So I was
Yeah.
like, "What is this, a book? I don't know what this is."
I remember-
no
I
idea.
Is that where your
Yes, it
hatred
is.
for RPGs began?
Our parents got us like this Game Boy guide, like all the games that were ever released on Game Boy, and they had them like categorized. And one section was RPG, and I was like, "Mom and Dad, like, what's RPG stand for?" They're like, "We don't know." I was like, "How am I going to find out?
Wait, you actually-
What is RPG?" Like,
I don't know, you nerd.
I love that the fear is, how am I ever going to find
Yeah.
out? Like, you know,
Yeah, right.
I had
Back in
no
the day,
idea.
there wasn't like, "Oh, I have something in my pocket that has the
Critical.
world's knowledge
Right?
in it."
Could have been critical to the to finishing the game.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
That's how things used to be. You were like, "How do I do this?" And you would give up because no one would have the answer. You couldn't go anywhere to get it.
So,
But
yeah,
yeah, I
none
don't
of
get
my
those
friends
things.
have this game, so what am I going to
What was
do?
the
Or
name
I'm
of the guy
too
in that
embarrassed
movie?
to ask.
What's the name of that guy in that movie? I have no idea. Well, I guess I'll find out 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Prima guides.
I remember
that's what you
playing.
have to
Yeah, it wasn't like, "Oh, I better go to the library to find out what RPG means."
Mhm.
I remember playing Final Fantasy Legend 2, and I was like blown away that you could like pick who your character was going to be, and I was like a robot, but for some reason I had human parents.
They build you.
awesome.
They build you.
So,
Did it make you like re-examine
like-
your life? Like, oh my god, Mom and Dad.
Are my parents
but like when the game
humans?
starts,
I'm
you're like
robot.
sleeping in a bed, and I'm like a robot. That was so funny.
Right from the beginning, I didn't believe this story.
Zelensky's.
It's totally implausible.
Maybe the parents were trying to fool the robot into thinking that he was a human. You're
Like
just
small
like all the
letter?
other boys that take oil in the morning.
Take oil.
The Oozinator or whatever it's called.
So that song was from Denby,
Tell you later.
and it was Final Fantasy Legend 2. This one comes from Dan.
Show me my mouth.
Oh.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know this one.
Wii
Wii Sports.
Sure is.
Great song.
Wii Sports. The first time I played Wii Sports was tennis with you.
I remember that day.
At your parents' house.
We were standing up,
Unbelievable.
swinging around like crazy. I think there was a lot of hitting the fan in there. People were
Yep.
smashing
The fan that
Yeah.
never worked, but it was
Probably
still
because
always
people hit it
there.
all the time.
Yes.
It was a decorative fan.
Golf
That's
is an underappreciated sport.
Well, you got to play the Wii U update of golf. It's a million times
Oh,
better.
man.
You
Yeah,
can play it today.
you get the
Yeah. Or I can give you put the
Ball
gamepad
on
on
the
the floor.
tee
I can
box, right,
I can
yeah.
even give you the balance board. You can shift your weight and everything.
Oh,
Oh
man.
boy.
Let's do it.
So this next song comes
You wanna
from
build it?
Wired.
That's right. Makes that noise.
Oh, the last song was from
Gumby
Dan,
Dick.
and it
Gumby
was
Dick,
Wii
thank you.
Sports.
You Gumby Dick.
Watch out for the Gumby Dick and Wii Sports Golf.
Here comes
Tiger has Gumby.
Jackal.
it is.
Whoa.
Man, we're having a good music selection this time.
This is the old tiny person with the old tiny trumpet.
Yeah, right. Anybody here? You must have played Jackal, right?
That was like with a Jeep, right?
Yes. Oh my God, I love that
Justin
game.
King and I would play that one a lot.
That is a great game. Great music in that game.
It was Jackal on the NES
I
from
was always the
Wired.
grenade guy because I always get hit. He was always like,
Oh, that's right, I forgot, yeah.
And I'm like hanging out on grenades.
He's
You
a
drive around, you save people, and you grenade everybody else.
It's
tiny
basically a
person on the
non-flashback.
drums. Shout out to DJ Desmond. This one comes from. I almost said the name of the game. This one comes from Jet Jaguar.
Focus all attacks. Oh, you know it. What is it?
This is a Skyward Sword, right?
Nope.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. It's that other Zelda game.
Twilight Princess? Not a Zelda game.
Nope. But you do know it.
Is it a Chocobo Ranch?
Smash
Nope.
Brothers.
Nope. You know it too, I think.
Sounds familiar.
Super Robot Tyson?
No, it's
Your
not.
first party?
I don't know. Might
I'd be so mad. Take it.
be. No.
Oh, yeah. What is this? I have a system.
3DS, I think. Yeah.
Oh. Wait, is it Fantasy Life?
Sure is.
Hey!
I'm sorry. It was Fantasy Life, everybody.
Very good on not being
Did I
sharp
say
with his first party
Skyward
now
Sword?
because
I meant Fantasy.
they published it here, so
Yeah, I just couldn't.
they had a tie to it.
All right, this last song is appropriate for the couple of days that you've had, Rami.
This is the waiting food.
Yeah, and it comes to us from Nate Senpai.
Notice me, senpai. I want to see. Yeah, I want to see if it's got the
It's
lyrics.
censored, he said.
All that. It's been so long since I played it. I don't even know what was censored in it. Yeah.
I am the great mighty Pooh, and I'm going to throw my at
You
you.
fight a
A
giant
huge supply
mountain
of
of crap.
fish comes from my chocolate starfish. How about some scat, you little...
Yeah, they blocked out SWAT, but everything else is okay. All right, go ahead.
No way, it's so good.
It goes on a long time. He does that. When he says that, when he sings that part, you're supposed to throw toilet paper into his mouth. I know.
Really actually seen this tonight. That's
Did you play that?
No, I remember
Man.
watching you play.
Well, anyway, it was from Nate Senpai, and it was Conker's Bad Fur Day on the 16th.
Remember, Conker's back now. In whatever the hell that thing is.
Conker's back. Actually,
Conker's back.
Conker's
You make it.
Conker's good for them.
It's I was watching and reading reviews of that. They say what was put together is pretty decent,
I'll play
but
that when we open the
you know, it's
box.
made with the tools in that Project Spark. It's made with Project
Oh,
Spark
yeah.
stuff. So like, you know, some of it obviously doesn't work very well, but like they say, the writing's funny like it used to be. So, but I hear it's like super short because I like Conquer. I do want to play what's there,
Well, you got to make a Conker game.
but use the assets to
Command
make a
and
Conquer
or
game.
is that-
Command and Conquer. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Dan's not.
Coils,
If
squirrels.
Dan's not in here, and he usually does the score. Come on, we got more than we
I
missed.
deleted
I think we
everything.
win.
We
We
only
only
missed
got
one.
one, that Japanese one.
Is that the only one
That
we
fake,
missed?
that fake
Yeah.
game.
The one that didn't count.
The one that was a lie.
Obviously.
The one that my brain made up.
The
Well,
important thing is we did real well.
All right, then I get. Well, that's way better. Well, we were doing like 50-50. That's way better than we've been doing. I guess that's it. So yeah, later today we're gonna. I keep saying we, but it's T27 Duck.
Mostly me.
He's going to get the new site online. I would say as far as I don't even want to say it. There shouldn't be any problems, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, hopefully by today, you know, your DNS will have to update, so you might not see it right away. Hopefully you'll see it like 10 minutes after we do it. But for your NS or for your DNS to propagate, it might take an hour or so, depending on what part of the world you're in.
Were you
if you're in
just
some
teasing
like
an NSFW version? Is that what you were saying?
yep. If you're like in the middle of nowhere with no name internet, it might take a little while for you to see.
We don't
it,
love
but,
you, and we cannot.
But that's how all this stuff goes. We're no different than anybody else. Whenever things go like this and files have to be changed behind the scenes, it's going to take a little bit for everybody to see what it's supposed to be. But wish T27 Duck good luck on Twitter. I think his Twitter is just T27 Duck. Again, thank you to him. Thank you to Court. Thank you to everybody that's offered help. Thank you to everybody on Twitter for the kind tweets and everybody sending emails and all the comments, and the IRC mods who were working extra crazy today because there were some we had more people than usual, so there were some rough people in there. So thank you for taking care of that.
Rough people.
You know, it's the internet, so people go in
Troublemakers
to make trouble. Yeah.
Too much rough stuff.
But thank you. I saw Ice took care of something. Thank you, everybody else that's in there.
iced him.
He's dead now. The people that bothered him are dead now.
Ice.
And if you have any questions or
Chill out.
any ideas, you can email me. Oops, sorry. And like I said, the plan is for Monday. We're going to give it one last shot with a team of people and see if they can salvage anything, but we'll have the new site up and running long before that. So thank you, everybody, and we will see you next week like usual. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Because you don't know, we're still live, so everybody can still hear us, but you can say whatever
Oh
you
yeah,
want.
this is the part we call the after show.
I didn't want you to think like, I don't know.
This is where I do not fart.
No, this is where you
This is
no,
where
you
you
can totally
want
fart.
to
Oh, no, that's fine in either part of the show.
The fans love that behind the scenes stuff.
Behind the jeans.
Behind the jeans. True story.
Well, how many people did you invite here?
I brought
This is
guacamole.
it minus
And also
Andrew
chips.
and Mike.
Yeah, it
I
looks
don't
like
believe it.
Reed brought like
Promise.
5 pizzas.
I brought 3 stuffed crust pizzas from Pizza Hut.
Well, thank you guys for coming over.
Your
You didn't
very
have
own
to.
cheese pizza.
I appreciate it. One cheese
Lovely
pizza.
cheese pizza.
We even wrote a new jingle for stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah, check it out.
While we were talking about getting stuffed crust pizza.
Does it have
Do you want the
diarrhea in it?
microphone or the speaker?
Yeah, so Mom Brain, I guess, knows. Well, she obviously. This looks really ominous right now.
Do you want the speaker plugged
I
in?
feel like someone's watching me. Always ready.
Come on. There you go. Ready? Stooth Crust.
Scrooge Croost. What was that Scrooge McDuck thing?
Alchemy Duty.
Alchemy Duty. So yeah, there's more work to be done today. But Mom Brain knows I've been a little upset. Not mad, just sad. But
I think it's
she
more
called
than
in
a
people to
little.
come hang out, I guess.
I
More than a
am-
little upset?
Yeah, I'm
Devastated?
yeah.
Better word
I
for
think
it?
that might be the word I use.
Not mad, just sad, and
Kevin,
definitely not glad.
Rummy, remember I was like, oh, I lost like 3 months worth of like my school stuff. It was really rough. I tried everything, and I heard that. I was like, well, it's like that times 8 more years.
You never got that stuff back?
I backed up in March, so I only lost about 2 or 3 months.
Oh, that's not bad.
No.
Well, like I said, it will lose like I guess a year and like 3 or 4 months minus pictures. We lost all the pictures. So thanks everybody who came in the IRC. I appreciate it. And Link Triforce says, "What's going on?" You kind of missed it, Link Triforce. I know you're in here already. He says, "Good show despite it being different from the normal." Burn and Cheese says, "Who's the new guy?" I guess you're talking about R-Type.
No new guys.
Or yeah, R-Type.
Kirby's girlfriend.
Who's that one talking about
What?
farts?
That's my name is Kirby's girlfriend.
Oh, you're the new guy.
Yeah, we need to.
Edgar.
Oh, I like it.
Because the hedgehog.
Yeah, she came up with a mascot named Edgar the Hedgehog.
That sounds like something Danielle would come up with.
It does. Edgar is Kevin's deceased grandfather's
I
name.
can fully get behind that name.
Excellent.
Ed.
No worries that it's a dude's name. But then
No,
again,
no.
So is Chris. So it's
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching and listening. We have work to do.
Edgara.
Again,
Edgaretta.
thank T27.
Ooh,
He's
Edgaretta's
going
nice.
Edgaretta.
above and beyond with this stuff. But tomorrow or today, you'll have a whole new GoNintendo to play on, and it
Whole new
will
Go Nintendo to shut
delete.
down.
Yeah.
Pardon me, Lube. I'll go
And,
clear off the coffee table.
we're-
I'll break it in good.
We're working to make sure it's as serviceable as possible. Like I said, it's a little ahead of schedule, but we're doing what we can.
Mother's Day.
Nice. Just like the 90s.
So thanks again, and we will see you next week. Even if there's no site, we'll see you next week.
Yay!